is the first trending topic of the week.
From Deadline, Paramount Pictures has won an auction for an epic that will have Gal Gadot wearing the crown of a real Wonder Woman of history. Wonder Woman helmer Patty Jenkins will direct Gal Gadot in Cleopatra, a period biographical drama scripted by. My
Yeah, the
apologies.
script. Yeah, the script writer, I believe, right? Mhm.
Yeah. This is the first major project package won by Paramount Motion Picture Group president Emma Watts in an auction that came down to Universal, Warner Brothers, Netflix, and Apple. So, why is that trending? Well, people online are attacking the casting using the hashtag whitewashing, while others are posting that Cleopatra was actually of Greek and Persian descent. So, should it matter that Gedot, a woman of Ashkenazi Jewish descent, play the role? Does it matter? The Guardian, for one, stated that the casting misses the chance to give North African actors a higher profile.
A lot of people are
A
already.
lot of debate, a lot of discussion, a lot of people really worked up about this. Chris, what do you think?
A lot of people are already talking about this on the. I think we're having a little technical difficulty on there. There it is. It's popping back in. Are already talking about it. And I'm going to address your guys' comments in a second because we're already getting some popped in live as we're streaming. And I appreciate you guys. Definitely, we always want to talk with you guys about any and all topics, especially the main trending topics. Um, Let me introduce my whiteboard here. So, and I didn't want to be one of those guys where I'm like, it's absolutely reprehensible about what's going on, because as growing up, I thought the same thing. Cleopatra, she was in Egypt. I thought, she was of African descent, and but then
Hmm.
I remember learning a while ago that that might not have been the case, and I had to go back and refresh my memory on it because a lot of people, uh, so when I looked it up, it said that she was actually of Greek and of Persian descent, as you just read out. But that didn't
Hmm.
stop Black Twitter from going all over the board on it. It had woke Twitter also in defense of it. But the funny thing about it is, it was going both ways. It was like a lot of there was one tweet that I saw that was pretty funny where a black girl was like, I wonder how many black people will be up in arms about this casting, not knowing the real history of Cleopatra. And that made me pause, and I went, okay, because I remember hearing something about it. And yeah, I double checked, and I was like, yeah, a Greek. I knew I heard that was actually Cleopatra's history, and this whole time we're thinking because it's Egypt, she has to be black. But I'm okay with. I don't care about. I'm glad that Patty Jenkins is getting another big project to work on. Probably a project she's been wanting to work on for a while. I'm okay with Gal Gadot doing it. I don't care about the whole. Um, because I know she's Israeli, and I guess there people are like up in arms about the history of Egypt, slavery and things like
Right.
that. Should they have gone with a woman who is of Egyptian heritage? Maybe, uh, but they didn't. They went with Gal Gadot, who can pass for Greek or whatnot. So I mean, the question maybe the question is, should they have gotten somebody who is of Greek or Persian um, descent? Or who's to
But
say that
people
they
still would
didn't?
have been pissed. Like, it's one of those things where it's like I see the sides of the argument, but I feel like there is no choice they would have made
Right,
that
that
would
would
have
have made
made
anybody
everybody
happy.
happy.
Right.
'Cause it's a complicated issue because you're dealing with such ancient history, you're dealing with academia, you're dealing with things where it's like we don't have a clear-cut answer of like we have photographs of this is what she looked like. So I feel like if you
Yeah.
had gone with an actress with African heritage, the people with academic backgrounds would have come in and been angry. And if you cast a Greek actress, people would have been angry she wasn't black. So I think it's one of those. I I get where people are coming from, and I just don't feel like they could have won this argument.
Now, speaking about where people are coming from, let me go. I gotta remember to for next week. I'm gonna do better about this, guys. I'm gonna have this displayed but for now, we're gonna bear with me. I'm gonna read them out from the live chat right now. People are already chiming in on it. Shorty Zamir FFX5, I'm sorry, FFXV or FFX5. The answer is yes. It is whitewashing. Not surprising though. Most of Hollywood is still doing this BS. Egyptian gods? Question mark. Make them white. Cleopatra? Question mark. Clearly, she was pale. She was in Africa. She was in Africa, but according to historians, she was of Greek heritage. So, I mean, that's. I mean, that's. I mean, if that's the facts, then those are the facts. I mean, like I said, I remember hearing about that, and I had to double check, and I was like, I know I'm not crazy. So it's probably that she or her family just conquered or just ruled over in Egypt, but they say that her heritage was Greek. Craig, the tech guy, friend of mine, I did a couple of collabs with him on his channel. He liked one of my Spider-Man rants, and he asked me to be on his channel. So he's chiming in. This thing with Gal Gadot is trash. Cleo is African. Cleo ruled over in Africa. Yeah, but like I said, she, according to the historians, might have been of Greek history. So with that being a question mark, or if it is what it is, because of Gal Gadot's facial features. I mean, from every picture that I've seen of Cleopatra, of the best that they can recreate it, Gal Gadot, those are some it features. And in legend, she was supposed to be the most beautiful woman in the land, right? That was what they. Some people say that she was actually I whatever. I'm not gonna go there, but she was, so Gal Gadot being one of the hottest actresses, and I mean that in both ways, like physically and the highest paid and most sought after actors in Hollywood right now. It just makes sense to go with a name like Gal Gadot. She's with Wonder Woman crushing it and everything. It just made sense.
Yeah.
Real quick, because you guys are lighting it up on this one. Master Carbuncle, DNA evidence indicates her as an ideal choice. Ancient Egyptians were not Africans, even though Egypt is in Africa, isn't it? They were Middle Eastern, Middle Eastern. But isn't Egypt? But Egypt is in Africa. Egypt is a part of Africa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I know I wasn't wrong about that.
I
I was
was
waiting
like,
for you to
that's a
I was
fact.
waiting for
Yes.
you to co-sign. So, I'm like, wait a minute, I know I'm not wrong.
I will take that stance.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I know
No,
what you're
I think that's
saying.
part of it. It's we're in this weird time where it's like
What?
people are just picking their own facts,
Yeah,
and it's also a thing that doesn't have hard facts. Like I was trying to Google this to learn a little bit more so I could really have an educated opinion. And
right,
it was a lot of like, so we know she was Greek, we know this. And then a lot of academics sort of, there are different circles, there are different schools of thought, there are different things that might point to different, you know, pieces of her background that we're not 100% sure.
right,
So it just and it's nuanced and it's complicated and people on the internet don't do people in general nowadays don't do well with that, I
right.
feel like. And
Yeah,
it's like, yes, whitewashing is a huge problem. I don't know if this is whitewashing. It's iffy, it's a gray area. So
I guess
it's going to be a mess that people are
it's
going to be mad of, but they would have been mad about it
either way.
literally whatever they had done.
I,
Someone would have found an
you took
issue
the
with it.
words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was gonna say about